This is the most I've seen these channels covered the squad in a long time. Let's play it here. I could play just the first 2 minutes to kind of close this down here.
Is there a threshold for you, and do you think there should be one for the United States government, at which the U.S. would say, let's hold off for a second in terms of civilian casualties? Is there a point at which you would start to...
Wow, he said no. Said no, motherfucker.
You just heard Republican Senator Lindsey Graham answer the question that many of us have asked. How many innocent civilians have to die until you call for a ceasefire? And the answer is as many as it takes. 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 100,000. The number doesn't matter. We're unequivocally standing with Israel no matter what. They can bomb refugee camps, administer collective punishment, use white phosphorus. It doesn't matter how many innocents die. We are going to stand with Israel, even if that makes us complicit. Now, that answer is not surprising coming from a bloodthirsty warmonger like Lindsey Graham, but many liberals might be surprised to learn that this is the same stance as the Biden administration. They've explicitly stated that they're not drawing red lines for Israel, and that's not surprising considering that the White House press secretary dismissed calls for a ceasefire as repugnant and compared anti-Israel protesters, who, by the way, are calling for a ceasefire, to the Nazis who marched in Charlottesville in 2017. And the reason why they're saying this, the reason why it's permissible to just dismiss the suffering and slaughter of innocent Palestinians is because our politicians and media have so thoroughly dehumanized Palestinians that the idea of an innocent Palestinian itself is literally being challenged. And that's not hyperbole.
I would encourage the other side to not so lightly throw around the idea of innocent Palestinian civilians, as is frequently said. I don't think we would so lightly throw around the term innocent Nazi civilians during World War II.
I mean, 50% of the people in Gaza are children, but we have to be really careful with our language here so as to not humanize the Palestinians, because we don't want to give Americans the impression that Palestinians are innocent in the middle of Israel's genocide. Otherwise, the public might start to question whether or not it's ethical for us to support them being wiped off the map.
I've seen the same thing from the Bernie left for years now. They are saying this now because young people are fed up because of the Israel-Palestine issue. They are making a calculated business decision. And they follow the direction of the squad. So the squad is critical and they talk about Israel-Palestine. So that's why they talk about Israel-Palestine.
Right.
But we look at how they talk about the issue, and I cover this as well. Even when they cover like, oh man, Joe Biden is losing Palestinian support, they present it as a woe is me kind of thing. Like, oh no, this is going to cost the Democrats. Oh my God, Arab Americans are turning against Joe Biden because they feel like Joe Biden is promoting a genocide. Mm-hmm. And they have a neutral way of presenting this information. And I want you guys to ask yourself this question. At what point did any of these people interject their own opinion and say, yes, these people are correct for not voting for Joe Biden? The Arab Americans don't want to vote for Jim Crow Joe, and they are absolutely right. You know they never do that? They purposely never share their opinion on the issue because these same people, despite what they're saying now, they're going to vote for Joe Biden in 2024. I heard this same song, same song and dance many times. Many times I heard this thing from these party progressives. Oh my God, Democrats suck on Israel. Democrats are pro-war. Then they support John Fetterman, who sucks on Israel. Like Human support Mike Figueredo. All those people, they love John Fetterman. You guys see how they just go with the political direction. Young people are very vocal about the issue. The squad gave them the A-OK to speak about this issue. So they're going to talk about this issue, and they're going to be passionate about it. At no point did they ever say, we should not vote for Joe Biden because he's sponsoring genocide. They said Arab Americans feel. They feel and they believe that Joe Biden. No, at what point do you, as a political commentator, take it upon yourself to educate your audience? And not that Arab Americans feel Joe Biden is complicit with a genocide, it's that Joe Biden is complicit with a genocide. And there's a difference between RBN and a lot of these channels, which turns a lot of the boutique managerial class off of RBN because they prefer more of a neutral head who won't be too emotional. Talk about the news right down the line. I want you to tell me exactly what the mainstream media said, but say it in the edgier way. You know what I mean? The way I present that story is Arab Americans are pledging not to vote for Joe Biden. What the hell took them so long? Why the hell would anyone vote for the architect who destroyed the Middle East, who destroyed Iraq, and have been an extreme anti-Arab politician his entire life? This is what you're supposed to educate your audience on. Tell them why the Arab Americans who won't vote for Joe Biden, why they are correct. No, you see how they just, they feel this way.
They never give an opinion. They never give an opinion.
Yeah, see, and I see through that. I don't think, like, it's well, you can make the argument. Let me phrase this way. You can make the argument that their political neutrality is born from privileged, because like David Figueredo, David, what's the fucking name? The dude do rational natural, David, whatever fucking his name is.
David Dole.
David Dole, yeah, he's from Canada. You know what I mean? All these people have been wealthy millionaires. They've been making these people got on YouTube before they changed the monetization. CJ, these people was filthy rich because of the Bernie media industrial complex. These people are not feeling our struggle the way we do. That's why they do this more neutral commentating tone. Oh man, this is what the Arab Americans feel about Biden. And at what point do you draw your line? Like, okay, we not voting for Joe Biden because of this.